Hi, I'm Sameer Sikka. Today I'd like to invite you to join me on a deep dive I'd like to do on an industry that is nascent. However, this industry is powering India's ambitions for Make in India, Atmanirbharta, and also this emerging China plus one strategic initiative that the global industry has to ensure that there are viable supply chains outside of China. So I have here with me an industry stalwart from an industry called the product compliance industry. And some of you may know it as the regulatory and compliance industry, who's joining me to shed some light on this emerging industry. And I am sure we will all benefit from his expertise, insights, from having worked with clients all over the world. Hi, Vishal.
Hello, Sameer.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you, and we'd like you to shed a lot of light on this industry. This is relatively nascent, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little more about this industry.
So, Sameer, I would like to say about this industry is that, regulatory and compliance approvals are the most important thing which a product needs while entering any market.
Right.
So, the product and regulatory compliance ensure mostly the safety part of the products.
Right.
Okay, they ensure that the products which are entering into the market, in any market, let's say it's about not about India, it's global market.
Right.
Okay, so they want to just say that the product are totally complied.
Right.
Okay, they are safe.
Right.
Okay, they are not hampering any electromagnetic compatibility to others products and everything.
Right.
So that is the whole idea behind the regulatory and compliances.
So I'm curious, Vishal. So let's say a mother is playing with her child. When she leaves a toy with her child, she's assured that that toy.
Yes, absolutely. That is ensured. That is ensured.
So therefore, you play a role in that.
Yeah, we play a lot in that.
Give us some more examples.
For example, if you say when you are driving a car, let's say, okay, and you are driving with your wife, and your wife is pregnant.
Yes.
Okay, so that is how you are assured with your car that the car you are driving is safe. It will not, it will not get fire. It will not, the tires will not split it out like that. So whatever the safety features are there, they are already tested. And when they are coming into the market, before that, it is already ensured that the car will work fully functional and it's totally safe to use.
That's interesting. So what we have here is a set of people, experts, who are working behind the scenes to ensure that whether I'm in the kitchen, whether I'm driving a car, whether I'm using a pin, whether I'm being in the aeroplane, anything. I think that safety, the feeling of safety, security, and the assurance that I'm in safe hands. I think these are the people experts who are doing it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are doing that, and we are facilitating our customers or the product makers to get these regulatory appliances or regulatory approvals in their, any targeted market, okay, in a hassle-free manner.
So tell me something. Now, for our audience who would be looking at the regulatory compliance, the product compliance industry with a lot of interest, is this a growing industry?
It's a very growing industry. See, if I give you an example, 10 years back, okay, I'll say back in 2012 and 10, I will say somewhere around that, you might have seen at that time there are a lot of, phones, substandard quality of mobile phones were there in the market.
Yes.
Okay, so the people used to say it's a fake product hai, aaj raat ko chalega, kal chalega, nahi chalega, kisi ko koi wo nahi hai, and there was no assurance on the safety part of it as well.
So okay, also ensure that fake products don't come into the
products. Yeah. See, fake products are those products which are made with the substandard quality of goods.
Right.
Okay. So what we ensure when we do the in-country testing, we ensure that the products which are using the components used in the products are well certified by the international organizations or not. Okay, that is a crucial part of the testing what we do in India. Okay, so that has to be ensured firstly, and once this is assured, when we test the full product and we test on the different parameters, then it is all automatically comes into into play that the product is safe or not. So
for our audience out there, some of you would be young professionals who are already with organizations about to do a new launch. And some of you could be students passing out and looking at the right industry to join. I think Vishal can shed a lot of light on how you should embark on a product compliance journey. So Vishal, I'd like some insights from you on एक नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च हो रहा है, कोई भी इंडस्ट्री ले लीजिए, तो कैसे आप, हाउ डू यू कम इनटू द पिक्चर?
See, we come into picture very early into the product designing phase. Okay, so once the product is getting designed, okay, at that time we can give inputs to our customers that what are the market trends, what are the different regulations in there. Where we provide them the specific standards which are regulated in different countries or regions. Okay, based on that regulations, there are certain standards devised. Okay, for each and every country. Okay, so while doing the designing of the product, the manufacturers ensures, you know, by doing the pre-compliance or the pre-testing or the pre-development phases, okay, they ensures that the product which is getting designed should pass on the tests which are there in the standards, whichever is there for the specific country. Okay, that is how we come into picture in initial phases. Then when they are about to launch their product or before launching, they had to get the regulatory approvals. Now each country, I'll say, there are a lot of regulatory approvals for certain kind of products. For example, in India, if I say about a mobile phone, so mobile phones need a certain certification from Bureau of Indian Standards. Then it needs a certification from Wireless Planning Commission, WPC, and it needs a certification when they are getting the products into India by putting a marking label over there. So there are around 5 to 6 certifications which a mobile phone product will require while entering into the India market. Okay, so what we do, we provide them a one-stop solution. Okay, what they do, they give us the product. Okay, so this is our product, we want to launch into the India market. So we tell them, okay, this is the 5 certification which you need to get initially. So they say, okay, you handle it for us. Then we take the project, okay, we give it to different vendors, okay, the testing labs are involved in this, there are regulatory bodies involved in this, there may be sub-vendors involved in this. So we take the project, we execute it for them, okay, we take the information for them, we pass on to the regulatory authorities or the testing labs or somewhere, okay, to other vendors, and we get the certifications for them. So this is a very tedious process. We make them very easy for our customers, because they are making the product and they should make the product with the best design, and the regulatory approvals, whatever the hassles they are facing, that is our process to solve.
So if I were to phrase it in one sentence, are you helping brands and products to enter market quickly without hassles and ensuring that they do not have rejections, and probably even making them export ready for new markets later down?
Yes. Initially, when we started, we were, in EiKOMP, I will say, back in 2013. So when we started, we focused on the Indian market, whatever was coming into India. But as you know, as Make in India is going on, okay, and a lot of opportunities are here in India for the exports, and a lot of export is also growing. So what we are now doing, that we are providing them access for the whole global market. So we have associations globally. Okay, so we have partners in US, we have partners in Middle East, we have partners in Europe, China, Asia Pacific, then in Australia, we have everywhere. So the exporters, okay, they don't know what are the different regulations they might face when they go into the Middle East market, let's say. So what we ensures them, okay, this is the market, these are the regulations, these are the standards, you need to do your product testing or product compliance according to them. Okay, once you do that, then we prepare the documents for them, we help them, and we get them register in the certain portals if they require, and then we do the testing, and then we do the certifications for them. So it becomes,
So last question before I move on to another subject. Is it safe to say that a compliance or a certification process in India can be the gateway for getting the job half done for other certifications across the globe? I'm sure these certification and compliance are pretty similar.
Yes, I'll say, there are many international associations or the global associations which are doing certain certifications which are common. Okay, for example, there are some IEC reports. Okay, so these same kinds of reports are accepted in most of the countries for their certifications. In India also we have some certifications or we have some regulations where they are accepting the international reports. But again, Indian conditions are different, Indian people are different. Okay, but for some regulations, they have the regulatory authorities of India, they have made their own regulations or standards. they are harmonized with the international standards, but the limits and everything, they are a little bit
Right. So, audience, I guess your global market entry is something that can kickstart with organizations like EiKOMP, who are making it easier, faster, and much more efficient for us to become compliant with the regulatory authorities and then kickstart our global market access journey. So विशाल, ये मैं सुन रहा हूँ कि रेगटेक इंडस्ट्री, ये टेक कहाँ से आ रहा है? व्हाट इज दिस टेक इन रेगुलेटरी कंप्लायंस इंडस्ट्री?
Tech say, I'll say कि living this in this generation, I'll say everything to anything is coming on tech. Okay, whether you are purchasing any I'll say any vegetables or something, you are buying through tech. Okay, some application or something. Okay, so why the compliance industry should not be on the tech part?
But क्या उस इससे क्लाइंट के प्रॉब्लम्स क्या सॉल्व हो रही हैं?
The information about the regulation, it is not at one place in a segregated manner.
Right.
That is the biggest problem.
तो जैसे ओला, आज मैं ओला बुक करता हूँ तो मेरे को पूरा दिखाई देता है कि कहाँ टैक्सी पहुंची है, क्या हुआ, ऐसा ही कुछ होता है?
समवट, ठीक है, लेकिन उससे पहले आई से इसमें जैसे होता है कि जैसे इन्फॉर्मेशन है आपकी, जैसे मैंने आपको मोबाइल फोन का एग्जांपल दिया था, मोबाइल फोन इज हैविंग 5 regulations, 5 to 6 regulations which they are needing in India. Okay, so उन इन्फॉर्मेशन में हर एक रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी डिफरेंट है. For example, BIS, there is a different regulatory authority. Right. Then there is WPC, that is different, right. And they are having their own portals. Right. So जो इन्फॉर्मेशन होता है, सो इन्फॉर्मेशन इन सब की वेब पोर्टल्स पे रहता है. सो व्हाट एज अ इंडिविजुअल आई हैव टू डू, आई हैव टू गो टू ईच एंड एवरी पोर्टल every morning. I have to check and go through whether there is any policy update or not, or is there or not, or notifications are coming or not. So I have to check each and every information.
So and you are saying कि as you are a one stop shop, अगर मैं क्लाइंट हूँ, मेरे पास कोई प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, तो मेरे को एक सिंगल विंडो से पता चल जाएगा कि कौन सा कंप्लायंस मेरे को कराना है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. हमारे EiKOMP पोर्टल पे if you go, if you write the product, right. You will select the product and you will find the regulatory compliance, whatever you need in that market. Okay. Or in that region.
So I can know my compliance?
Yes, you can know your compliances and you can know how the compliances works even.
Right.
So that is there.
I can plan accordingly.
Yes.
So when I am a young executive trying to walk that path for the compliance, I can set expectations with my management that इतना टाइम लगेगा और ये
विजिबिलिटी है और इतने कंप्लायंसेस हमें चाहिए होते हैं. करेक्ट.
One use of technology.
Yes, that is one use. Second is the whole project management, I'll say. Whenever you are doing any compliance work, there are many parties involved. Okay, for example, you are sitting in Taiwan. Right. You are a Taiwanese manufacturer. I want to do, you want to do compliance in 45 countries. Right. Okay, so no single party can do that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
absolutely.
It's a huge work. So there will be a lot of vendors. There will be a lot of chains, I'll say. For example, someone sitting in Taiwan took the project from you. Okay, they will give it to a sub vendor. Then the sub vendor will to a sub vendor. Then again to a vendor. So a lot of chains are there. So lot of money gets wasted, all things like that. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to develop a portal where the buyer, means you, can directly connect it to the vendor who is doing the work on the field.
Right.
So that kind of access we are trying to provide through our web portal.
और पता है कि जैसे BIS और जितने सर्टिफिकेशन बॉडीज हैं, दे वेरी हार्ड वर्किंग बॉडीज, उनके सारे ऑफिशियल्स पर उनके साथ डायरेक्ट एक्सेस तो बहुत मुश्किल होगा.
यस, उनके साथ अभी मुश्किल
हो, कुछ भी हो
नहीं. दे हैव वेरी गुड एक्सेसेस, दे हैव वेरी गुड आई विल से द पोर्टल्स व्हाट दे हैव डिजाइन्ड फॉर देम, बट अगेन द प्रॉब्लम इज लिंग्विस्टिक प्रॉब्लम्स आर देयर, लॉट ऑफ अदर चैलेंजेस आर देयर. ठीक है, तो लोगों का सही रीच तक पहुंचना अपने आप में काम होता है.
ठीक है, वन स्टॉप शॉप बन सकते हैं.
यस, सो वी आर अ वन स्टॉप शॉप. अभी तक पिछले साल तक we were doing this offline. Now we are taking a step forward and we are developing the tech side of it. Okay, so इसका हमारा एक वर्जन तैयार भी है. So in EiKOMP we are taking this leadership and we are creating an ecosystem. okay, where the stakeholders, the regulators, the customers, the brand owners all comes to one place, and they take the whole the compliance process a whole seamless experience for them, okay, and they get all the information and everything over at one place, and they can do the whole project management, database management, auto alerts, and everything. That will all be the features of our app.
So what are the challenges that the industry is facing right now in the regulatory compliance industry? I just want 2 or 3, 4 key challenges.
Yeah, so first of the challenge which comes to the industry is that the regulations come at a very fast speed.
Right.
Okay, so only the top brass of the industry, they get involved in the stakeholders meeting with the regulatory authorities, and they get the how the regulation and the policy will seem up.
Right.
But the small MSMEs or the small factories or the small brand owners, they don't get a knowledge of this, what is going to come. So it is a surprise for them sometimes.
Yes.
So that is one thing which industry is challenge number one. So challenge number two, when this whole regulation becomes effective or implemented, so getting that done, okay, through the regulators is always a problem, or I'll say a difficult job for the industry. Right. Okay, even small, especially for the small MSMEs and the small brand owners, I'll say. The third challenge, I'll say, the information. Okay, so information don't come at a one place, so it is not easy for them to get that. Okay, so fourth challenge, I'll say that price is also a very much a concern for them. They don't know when something is about to get implemented. Okay, so you don't know, okay, when you are going into the market for the first time and you want to buy something, okay, you don't know what the price will be. Either you do some research or something, but if it is something is new, you don't know the price. Okay, so they end up paying more money to for a certain kind of thing which can be done in a efficient manner.
So tell me something, does your access to all the global stakeholders and also testing labs, does your recommendation on testing labs also help the customer in ensuring that they have the right partner?
Yes, that we have the USP in this. So for example, some customer comes to us, okay, every customer has their need. Okay, right. Some is they want that the quality should be very high, we don't concerned about the money. Some say the quality should be good, but we are concerned about money. Then we have to select the vendor according to their needs. Okay, so for example, we will not go to a certain lab which is having a lot of overheads and the charging and the pricing is very high. We won't recommend that kind of labs to our customer which are very much concerned about the money. Okay, and there are certain products which are very a DG kind of goods, dangerous goods. Okay, and for example, some of our customers used to send their products to the defense. Okay, and they want the testing to be done in a very
Right. So what you're saying is that EiKOMP helps in ensuring the right fit between the product and the testing lab, correct?
Correct.
And ensuring that the price sensitivity and the appropriate lab, everything is put together so that the client's product gets certified quickly at the most economical price and meeting all their objectives that they started out with, correct?
Yes, correct.
Right. Now help us understand, give us some case studies for our audience. Tell us what happened with maybe any 2 or 3 products that you started out with compliance. What are the problems you faced and how did you solve those problems?
Yes, I have a very special case in my mind. I always used to tell to my customers even sometimes that how we did that and how we get this solved. So we have a customer, okay, so they are from India and they have ambitions to export to the market. It's from telecom.
Right.
So they have ambitions that they want to export their products to global market as well. So they were looking for some certification in India. Okay, so they are making the products in India, but they have not done the pre-compliances initially. Right. So we started the project with them and we have given their sample to the lab for testing. So what happened that during a certain test, their sample got failed. Okay, so they were not giving the result what was desired. So then it was a shock to him because a lot of money is involved in testing. And if it is failed and if it is go to the regulatories, then it will be a difficult job for him. So what we did that we came into the picture. So we have expert engineers with us. So we consulted with them. We told them, okay, these are the reasons. This could be the probability reasons which through which your sample is not getting passed. So either you change them and we will give it for the testing once again, and then we'll see whether it should pass or not.
Right. So you're saying that you have an advanced expert knowledge and visibility of the likely causes for failure, and you are able to warn your clients. It's almost like an advanced warning system. कि यहाँ पे ये लोचा हो सकता है, right?
Correct.
यहाँ पे ये प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, इसको so आप प्री कंप्लायंस टेस्टिंग भी करते होगे फिर?
बिल्कुल that is what we do initially, और स्पेशली हम जो हमारे इंडिया में जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं उनको हम ये रिकमेंड जरूर करते हैं कि आप प्री कंप्लायंसेस के लिए जाइए, ठीक है,
जहाँ पे बहुत सेंसिटिव होता है,
सेंसिटिव ज़्यादा भी होता है, और दूसरा क्या होता है कि अभी मेक इन इंडिया में कई हमारे नए कस्टमर्स या नई इंडस्ट्री में लोग ऐसे हैं जो कि बहुत नए हैं इस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री में, एंड दे आर एम्बिशियस ऑफ कोर्स, बट स्टिल the technological advancement that they don't have as compared to the different like Taiwan or somewhere, तो उनकी तरह नहीं है, तो कंपोनेंट्स भी वैसे नहीं मिलते अभी, तो कई रीजंस हो सकते हैं टेस्टिंग फेलियर होने के। तो दिस वाज वन रीज़न कि हमने कुछ वहाँ पे प्रोडक्ट पे कुछ छोटा सा चेंज करवाया, रजिस्टर या समथिंग हमने कुछ चेंज करवाया, एंड देन इट गॉट पास्ड, तो वो जो लिमिट्स थी उसको फिर मैच करने लगा। सो दैट वाज वन एक्सपीरियंस। सेकेंडली सो दैट वाज विद द टेस्टिंग लैब, एंड ऑल्सो वी हैव द कस्टमर्स इन द रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटीज एज वेल। सो सब एक कस्टमर थे हमारे, एक कस्टमर हैं हमारे, सो उनका एक प्रोजेक्ट था एंड इट गॉट स्टक इन सम रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी, आई विल नॉट नेम इट, बट वो एक वहाँ पे रुक गया, एंड द ऑफिसर हैड सम कंसर्न्स अबाउट दैट, एंड द कस्टमर उसको then they said कि they were sitting in Mumbai or somewhere, so they were not able to come to Delhi, so they asked okay, you just go and you just meet them and tell them कि this is our situation and this is our profiling and you should solve it with them. So we have gone there, we represented them in the regulatory authority, and we told them okay, this is the situation, these are the clarifications what we are getting from the customer, and this is what we are clarifying to your queries, and then we licensed with them and we got them solved. So that is how we are solving the queries as well.
Right. So for the audience, what are the 3 or 4 things you would recommend to any customer to be very careful of when selecting a partner like yours? What are the 3 or 4 things they should look for? They should benefit from your experience on finding the right partner. What should they look for?
They should look for the scope initially, okay, whatever they are demanding, whether the lab has the scope for that.
But they are going to talk to you, right? Or talk to a partner like you. So I think the lab is something that a partner would choose, help them choose, correct? Right? So therefore you're saying when a customer comes to you, they should be able to find out your own network with labs?
Not network, I'll say network is one thing, okay, network should be, they should ask, but apart from network, what kind of labs we are offering to them, okay, according to their needs, okay. For example, if they have a product, okay, which is very specific and could be tested only in a certain kind of labs, okay, whether we are offering the good labs to them or not. Okay, right, so that is one thing, the right labs, I'll say. So that is one thing which they have to look after.
What else should they look for?
They have to look for the right information, whatever they are getting. Okay, they should validate it. Okay, for example, if I am saying कि okay, this regulation is not required in this, okay, because with my reason, so I should always ask them, okay, give me a gadget or give me a rule where it is written. So that should be there.
Right. So you're saying that all recommendations should get validated so that down the line you do not face.
Yeah. Because ultimately I'm responsible. Means right. As a customer I am responsible for my product. Okay. So if something gets stuck up, the question will come to me, not to the consultant or the advisor, I'll say. तो उनको नहीं आएगा, मेरे को ही आएगा. So I should be able to answer. So whatever I'm getting the information from a consultant, that should be validated.
So Vishal, the industry sometimes faces a lot of issues with fly-by-night operators who promise the earth, and then last में क्राइसिस हो जाता है वो हाथ खड़े कर देते हैं। और आई एम श्योर आपके पास भी ऐसे बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट ओनर्स आते होंगे जिनका प्रोडक्ट कंप्लायंस खत्म होना है और आपके पास आ रहे हैं क्राइसिस और पैनिक में।
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल।
तो आप क्या एडवाइस दे सकते हो अपने क्लाइंट्स को, प्रोडक्ट ओनर्स को, कि क्या हाउ शुड दे सिलेक्ट द राइट पार्टनर?
समीर, इसको समझने के लिए वी हैव टू गो थ्रू द होल प्रोसेस।
ओके।
तो मैं स्टार्ट करूंगा सबसे पहले सिंपल लॉजिस्टिक्स से।
Okay.
सबसे पहले वो शिप होना होता है
Okay.
किसी भी कंट्री में कोई भी
Okay.
रेगुलेटरी टेस्टिंग के लिए। तो लॉजिस्टिक का सिलेक्शन इज द मोस्ट क्रूशियल पार्ट। सो वी हैव टू सेलेक्ट द मींस द वेंडर, द factory has to select the vendor, okay, which is very good in logistics and who are giving a specific deadline to them.
Which you, so therefore you as a partner will enable that.
Correct. We are partner as enable them, and through our EiKOMP portal they can track the shipments.
Okay.
And they can track the timelines
Okay.
when the shipment will go to deliver to the lab.
Got it. Okay.
So they will be having a transparency over there.
Sure.
Secondly, अगर मैं बात करूँ, then the vendor selection. So vendor selection also most crucial. So that
Which vendors are you talking about? What vendors?
The testing labs, I'll say, where the testing of the product will happen.
Mm-hmm.
तो वहाँ पे बेंचमार्किंग का एक प्रोसेस होना चाहिए।
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, राइट?
इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, ओके, द काइंड ऑफ प्रोडक्ट
हर लैब एक्सेस नहीं कर पाएगी और उसकी लोकेशन कहाँ है वगैरह वगैरह। आई एम श्योर, यस।
या दूसरा क्या होता है कि इसकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी पे डिपेंड करता है प्रोडक्ट की। प्रोडक्ट वुड बी कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड देयर कुड बी वेरी स्पेसिफिक लैब्स हु कैन टेस्ट दैट प्रोडक्ट।
ओके।
सेकंड, कि उन्होंने कितना लीड टाइम लिया प्रोडक्ट को टेस्ट
करने में,
ठीक है, और कितने टर्न आउट टाइम उसको खत्म करके दिया,
right.
ठीक है, विदाउट एनी आस्किंग डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स एंड ऑल,
राइट। तो इसमें ये होता होगा कि बहुत सारे हमारे प्रोडक्ट ओनर जिनकी कंप्लेंट्स आती हैं तो उनको फॉल्स प्रोमिसेस मिलते होंगे, पर उनके उन वेंडर्स के पास टाई अप नहीं होगा।
करेक्ट।
लैब्स के साथ
प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं कि क्या होता है कि प्रोजेक्ट लेने के लिए दिल से यस यस इट कैन हैपन, इट कैन,
राइट,
दे डोंट गो इनटू द टेक्निकलिटी,
राइट।
ओके, सो व्हाट वी एंश्योर बिफोर गेटिंग द प्रोजेक्ट दैट वी डिस्कस द टेक्निकलिटी,
right.
what your product is, okay, with our experience of course,
right,
okay, we tell them ki this could be the problem, so you just clarify to us there,
so you act like an advanced warning system
correct,
कि
correct.
ये इस तरह के प्रोडक्ट में ये प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकती हैं, yes. क्योंकि आपने पहले वो प्रोडक्ट ऑलरेडी किया हुआ है, आपने देखा हुआ है कहाँ पे इश्यूज आ सकते हैं।
yes, yes.
okay,
and thirdly what I will say, that is the regularity authorities के पास compliance का process, that is most crucial। लोग क्या करते हैं, लोग कहते हैं कि हम 2 हफ्ते में कर देंगे, 3 हफ्ते में कर देंगे, बट वी डोंट से दैट, ओके, वी गिव देम अ मैक्सिमम टाइम, वी पुट दैट अवर EiKOMP पोर्टल, ओके, वी पुट देम कि हाँ 40 to 45 days का टाइम लगेगा फॉर दिस कंप्लायंस, कि वी नो द रेगुलेटर्स हाउ दे वर्क, ओके, हाउ मच टाइम कितना लग रहा है आजकल, कितने ज्यादा उनके पास पेंडेंसी है, इट डिपेंड्स कि एक नया इम्प्लीमेंटेशन आया उसमें क्या होता है कि बॉम्बार्डमेंट ऑफ एप्लीकेशन हैपेंस, ओके, एक साथ बहुत सारे लोग एप्लीकेशन डाल देते हैं, स्टाफ इज ओनली नॉमिनल, सो दे विल बी टेकिंग टाइम ऑफ कोर्स। सो या
यू राइट, फॉल्स एक्सपेक्टेशन सेट करने से ये होता है कि जो प्रोडक्ट ओनर है उन्होंने आगे चल के अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में एक्सपेक्टेशन सेट कर ली, फिर बाद में पैनिक सिचुएशन हो जाता है। सो व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू से इज अ रियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशन सेटिंग, व्हिच एंश्योर्स दैट देयर इज नो पैनिक।
करेक्ट,
राइट, ग्रेट। व्हाट एल्स?
और लास्ट में अगर मैं बात करूं तो ऑथेंटिसिटी ऑफ द सर्टिफिकेशन। तो व्हाट वी एंश्योर दैट व्हाटएवर द सर्टिफिकेशन वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग, दैट द सर्टिफिकेट्स दैट शुड बी ऑथेंटिक एंड वी गिव देम द एक्सेस टू द लोकेशंस, okay, from where the certification is coming।
तो आप बोल रहे हो कि कई बार कुछ काउंटरफीटिंग या फेक सर्टिफिकेशन भी हो रही है?
I have seen that many times.
Oh,
I have seen that many times. Many of our customer comes to me.
Oh, so industry has to be very wary about counterfeit and fake.
Lot of things are happening in the market.
Okay.
So this is something which I have to
and that can boomerang down the line, आगे चल के तो वो तो बिल्कुल आज प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च हो गया और उसके बाद फिर
embarrassment situation, I would say.
Right.
Sometimes it happens. एक बार I'll give you an example. I have a case study for that.
Okay.
One day for CE marking, one of the customer of mine, okay, he came to us one day, okay, कि यार हमने ना एक प्रोडक्ट भेजा था टर्की में, ठीक है, हमारे पास CE सर्टिफिकेट था, एंड CE सर्टिफिकेट वहां गया, वहां जाके अथॉरिटीज ने रोक दिया, दे आर नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग इट। I said, okay, from where did you get this? So he named some vendor, okay, so that vendor has given that certificate to them in a 1/10 of cost what is offered in the market, okay, and what he did, he misguided them, okay. CE certification is basically self-certified, okay, so they say that you have the product, you have the test reports, you certify that product is CE certified. He didn't do any testing, and they declare the product as C certified.
Right.
So that is the type of problem which happens in the scenario. That was an embarrassment situation for the customer.
Right.
So that we ensure that never happens with the customer.
Right.
And that we ensure throughout.
राइट सो आपने टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में बहुत बोला है राइट नाउ आई वांट टू फोकस ऑन फॉर अ न्यू कस्टमर हाउ इज ऑटोमेशन चेंजिंग दिस इंडस्ट्री लैंडस्केप चेंज हो रहा है तो कैसे हो रहा है
बिल्कुल सो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि हम यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन रखते हैं ऑटो अलर्ट्स का टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से फॉर एग्जांपल रिन्यूअल्स होते हैं whenever you are doing certain certification it comes with a certain validity okay so validity generally comes in a period of 2 years 3 years 4 years maybe 5 years okay so for example you did one certification today for a particular model okay and it's not easy for a human mind to just keep that in mind that the certification will be expiring after 4 years you might forget okay so that is going on for past 3 years and it is happening whatever system does okay it gives you auto alert 3 months in advance okay your certification expiring and you should do it you should do the renewal or you should the necessary steps to do this
right
ठीक है that is one thing second thing कोई भी नया policy updation आया ठीक है so you are busy with the job okay the customer is always busy with the job they don't check the regulations very frequently कुछ नया regulation आया उसकी एक implementation date आई so we keep sending the auto alerts that this updation is pending okay and you should do it so the zero miss का जो एक concept यहाँ पे technology के automation के माध्यम से आता है process से आता है that is very crucial for the customer.
So you use the word zero miss so it's almost like zero error and total quality control जो manufacturing में तो उसी का equivalent समझ लो service industry
समझ सकते हैं आप उसको and that is more crucial I'll say
right
क्योंकि एक बार आपने सर्टिफिकेशन लिया यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड अ लॉट ऑफ मनी इन दैट फॉर एग्जांपल आपकी एक गलती की वजह से एक मिस आउट की वजह से एंड यू लॉस्ट दैट सर्टिफिकेशन देन अगेन इट विल कम अप विद द कॉस्ट और
फिर वो मार्केट रेपुटेशन
है आपको माल अपना जितना स्टॉक पे माल है यू हैव टू स्टॉप दैट अप एंड अगेन यू हैव टू गिव क्लैरिफिकेशन टू द गवर्नमेंट देन व्हाई डिड इट हैपन एंड ऑल दैट so it becomes an embarrassing situation for the brand also and for the the individual also is taking care of this responsibility
so last में now I think EiKOMP is doing a great job in doing this in ensuring regulatory compliance and product compliance in a globally competitive industry and you're using global benchmarks you are bringing technology you are bringing transparency in the system and then you are now trying to make sure that you are competitive on a global scale now where is this industry heading कहाँ पे जा रही है इंडस्ट्री आगे और 5 साल में क्या होने वाला है
globally if I say there is a disrupt in the supply chain okay so things are moving out of a particular country I will not name it but it is moving out of a particular country so now there is a lot of chances or I'll say there are a lot of very good new hopes for our India okay so we can expand our market we can expand
वो तो हम देख रहे हैं सेमीकंडक्टर्स और कैसे कैसे सारे इंडस्ट्री यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं
but in order to do that whenever we are selling the products to a global market we have to ensure that the products that we are making that are quality ensured complied and regulatory approved from every other country where we are trying to market them
right
so this industry is going to expand for sure and we as a regulatory service provider we have to work with the industry hand to hand so that we can take the part of the export industry crucially to the next level
right
and that has to be ensured
right so you are saying you're a critical enabler for and I'm going to name the country so there is this talk about China plus one right so China plus one essentially means that now businesses like automobiles semiconductors will have downstream a lot of downstream vendors
correct
they are the products that will need very quick launch and turnaround so what you're trying to say is that EiKOMP is trying to make product launches quicker faster and compliant not just in India but globally
yes so that we have to make that and we are enabling that
right
and we are making it very easy for the consumers in India or the customers in India to get their products certified and they should be aware of the regulatory and compliances for the every region where they are targeting
right
and that we are taking through our technology platform
right so viewers I hope this session was informative. Thank you so much, Vishal, for helping us understand this industry, and I hope to have many more sessions with you on this subject. So, audience, हम कई बार देखते हैं एक लोगो लगा होता है ISI और एक ब्रांड है इंटेल इनसाइड. हमेशा हम लगा होता है कि इंटेल इनसाइड लगा होता है. आई एम श्योर डाउन द लाइन किसी टाइम पे हम देखेंगे EiKOMP इनसाइड या EiKOMP एश्योर्ड एक लोगो लगा होगा, जिससे हम सबको एक एश्योरेंस मिलेगी कि यार ये प्रोडक्ट is bang on, completely assured because EiKOMP has done something to it, right?
Thank you very much, Samir, and sure, बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने कि very soon we will be seeing something.
ये वाला ठप्पा तो हम हर जगह देखना चाहेंगे.
बिल्कुल सर.
और उससे हम सब, मैं अपनी फैमिली को भी बोल दूंगा कि ये देख लो ठप्पा ये है, तो that means आप यूज कर सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Very soon we will be doing something in that
direction,
say the way out. कि इसमें जल्दी कुछ हो, and very soon EiKOMP आपको हर जगह दिखे, and EiKOMP assured products you should buy from the market. तो ये बहुत जल्दी possible.
Thank you so much, Vishal.
It's a pleasure for me. Thank you.